Hey everyone, the Wagon Wheel of Wisdom here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell notifications down below if you haven't already. Hey folks, Kevin here, back at the Wagon Wheel of Wisdom. Behind me as usual, beautiful wagon wheel, and hopefully a little wisdom up here. This morning I'm going to talk about something that is a little out of my element a little bit, but based on just what I'm have been feeling the past few days. I've went to the internet, a reliable source of information and wisdom, but in this case I'm going to give it its credence because I think it deserves to be talked about a little bit, just based on our journey, my journey, and what's happening. And first and foremost, I think all of us would agree that this path that we're walking is very challenging in every single way because it's showing a shadow side of ourselves, or many shadow sides of ourselves, that clearly need to be worked on in order to vault us or get us to be the incredibly amazing person that we've probably always wanted to be in our life. And interestingly enough, this time frame that we're in right now, there is, I believe, an eclipse going to happen, a new moon at the same time. But from the spiritual side of things, a lot of energy. And if you've been like me, it's been heavy recently. It's been kind of coming in all directions. Again, feeling it around my heart space a lot. But I think the one thing I've really noticed is it's forcing me to step into my power while showing me the shadow sides of myself that clearly need to be worked on the most. And the one thing that I've really drilled into is abandonment issues and being rejected. So with that, the question is, what do we do in these instances when you feel these days of heaviness, or these days where you just kind of feel like, man, oh man, am I going to get through today or not? I would say, and again, this is what I've been doing and talking about it a lot, I've been stepping up so much in my meditations, and in fact doing it multiple times a day, probably close to 10 or 15, sitting for a good 5 or 10 minutes and just working on that breath work and just sitting and calming the mind down. Because the one thing I've always noticed is during these heightened times of mine, my mind is just going a million miles an hour, and it is hard to shut down and hard to just sit there and let it be at peace, for God's sakes. And they always talk about the looping aspect of what we're going through. Well, this time frame, and I have to preface this, you guys, be insanely kind to yourself, like overly kind to yourself at this moment in time. If your spidey sense is going off about something, don't go do it. Sit down with it. If you have to, isolate yourself a little bit and just be kind to yourself. Take this time to go at it very slow, because if it's exposing, like people are talking about, the shadow sides of ourselves, it's going to be, a little bit of a rough go for a while. But just, if anything, get to a point where you can love yourself as much as possible right now. And it might be a true testing ground for you to be able to do that. If you find yourself, and I'm just going to give myself as a perfect example here, spun up about old conversations, do what you can to silence the mind and let those go and make peace with them. Love them. Love those emotions for what they are, and just see if you can let them go. Don't hang on to them in these moments, because it's going to be heavy, or at least this is kind of what I'm feeling. And like I said, like the ringing in my ears right now, the past few days is just, I don't know. It's hard to even sometimes conceptualize thoughts. And full disclosure on something, somebody had asked me out tonight, and I had agreed to it reluctantly. Something about it just felt off, because for some silly reason in my own head, I feel like I'm not being loyal to my partner, that it isn't even my partner right now. I don't know what the heck it is. But on my phone, and I've been talking about going with the flow of life now, and just when things pop up, to kind of ride the wave a little bit. Well, my boss and I do security at some of the concert venues here in town. So my boss put out an urgent message that he had some people go down sick, and there's a sold out show tonight that needs working. And in my head, immediately, I'm thinking, I don't have anything going on, which I did. I was supposed to meet this person, a woman nonetheless. And I said, yeah, I'm in, I can work. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh yeah, oops, I was supposed to go meet somebody tonight. But as the flow of life would go, I am going to go to work. And not only did I then text her back and say, this just isn't the right time for me. It's time to be perfectly transparent. It isn't the right time for me. I don't even know what the hell I even agreed to it for anyway. It was an emotional spur of the moment, maybe a test to see how I would react or respond. But for me to completely forget about that and commit to working, just if that doesn't scream you shouldn't be going out with somebody right now, nothing does. So this is what I'm talking about, you guys. This is all part of those old ways that are shifting into a new way of life right now. And this moment in time, with the amount of energy that's kind of coming at us, and many people in the comments section have also said about how they just feel heavy and maybe feel stuck in life and seem like nothing's changing. I'm getting the drift that this moment tonight and today and in the coming days is going to expose all of that. So not to send out a warning, but just be prepared to feel the heaviness and be present and okay with it. You'll get through this. I will get through this. You will get through this. We will get through this. But I just wanted to kind of send that out because these are the videos that popped up in my feed this morning. So I felt like, you know what? For those of you that maybe don't know or don't look into these things or don't quite understand this side of it, but yet you feel something internally going on with you, this could be it. And I don't mean this could be it like it's the end, but it could be the events that are unfolding could be the reason for that. So just take it easy. And again, try and love yourself as best you can. Sit with the energy, and like with me and how I'm feeling right now, it feels like it's just like, like it's just the up-tempo energy. I guess I'm at a loss of words how to explain it, but don't be afraid at this moment in time. If there's something that you've been wanting to make changes in your life, if you have felt stuck, if you feel your efforts to maybe make a change have been futile, don't give up. Don't give up, all right? Every single day on this journey is a test, a new test, maybe bringing up some old things as far as old tests go. But nonetheless, it's just about showing you the old side of you that needs to be released so you can reinvent this new person that we've probably always been looking for and hoping for. I know we've talked about, and I've talked about this too, when we had first met our person, that we felt a love we have never felt before. I'm under the firm belief now that this is shifting us into that, but just to feel it within us. And that, I'm assuming, could be a great catalyst for great things in the future. Whether it means partnership, whatever it means, it could be individuality in your own life. It could mean stepping into a new career. It could be letting go of all of this old baggage that we used to carry around and just feeling kind of the warm embrace of a new life. It could mean anything. It's whatever your path is or whatever you wanted to do. It could be you had an idea or a concept or a book you wanted to write or a website you wanted to make or step into a new business you wanted to start. It could mean all of that, but facing your shadow side to let go of the old things that have stopped you in the past. So I hope this message reaches you guys in the same manner that the videos this morning did for me, but I felt compelled to perhaps talk about it if you were feeling a little spun up today like I am, or the past few days, and just the heaviness and other sorts of energy that are surrounding you. So again, be kind to yourself, love yourself. I'm going to see tonight how the whole loud concert stuff works, man. I'm going to have some earplugs in, but I'm going to just roll with it. Should be fun anyway. So, love you guys.